Okay, so I just wanted to this will be a little quick one. We'll talk about the constraint-based model, which is a rival theory to the syntax first or garden path model. But to first let me just review what I mean, review some of the syntax first models. So the syntax first model assumes that while you're reading the sentence, you're building up the syntactic structure online as you're reading the sentence and in an incremental fashion, right? And so the idea is that uh, whatever, maybe that module that's devoted to syntax, processing syntax, that is mandatorily applied and in a sense informationally encapsulated from semantics, whatever that, if there's a semantics model that processes the semantics, which means that it makes a very specific prediction, which is that you're going to use your knowledge of syntax first, which your syntax the syntax can mislead you or lead you in the correct way. But the point is that you're going to use syntax first, and if it fails, then only then will you recruit information from the semantics module, right? Yeah, so the idea here is, if you read the horse race past the barn fell, you're going to use syntax first. And then if that fails, you're going to use a bunch of other kinds of sources of information, such as semantics. Okay, now the constraint-based model is a rival model, okay? So if you read the sentence, the spy saw the man with the binoculars, right? You are likely going to, now notice how this is a fundamentally ambiguous sentence, right? Because you could attach with the binoculars that phrase, that prepositional phrase, you could attach it to the spy or to the man, right? Is it that you saw the spy was using the binoculars and saw the man, or was the spy, sorry, looking at the man with the binoculars, right? And I think most, more than, probably 50% of the people who do this would probably pick interpretation A, that it's the spy who was looking at the man with the binoculars, right? And that is because, of course, binoculars are the tools of spies, right? But this would not be the case if we saw the sentence, "This bird saw the man with the binoculars," right? That's because birds don't look through binoculars, and so there is no ambiguity in this example, right? So you would think um, the point is that because the subject of the sentence can influence how you parse the sentence, and as a result, it shows that we are using our semantics, or it strongly suggests at least that we're using our semantics early on in syntactic processing or in sentence interpretation, right? Excuse me. So that's the idea, is that the constraint-based model assumes that parsing, right, or syntactic processing or sentence interpretation can be based on both syntax and semantics as well as other sources, but at the same time, right? So you don't start with the syntax first and then use other things. Once it fails, you use them all at the same time. Excuse me. Um, and so, yeah, the other idea is that the syntax module, there is no syntax module. That is so. Therefore, any syntactic processing that's going on is sharing information or in receiving information from maybe whatever processing units are involved in processing the semantics of a sentence. In addition, right, the syntax module is not necessarily mandatorily applied you know, as modules are supposed to, right? Okay, so just concluding remarks, the defining characteristics of modularity, I just wanted to put this out, that it's not really clear what exactly counts as modular, right? And there are some appealing, but at the same time, so yeah, what I want to say about that is, you know, some people wonder whether, speed and efficiency are important or mandatory application is important. Everybody, I think, agrees, or at least a lot of people agree that the informational encapsulation is really important. But what people rank as more important for something to be modular, there's a little bit of wiggle room and debate on that. And as I pointed out, there are some appealing reasons for why, evolution might, uh, select for some sort of modular system. It's probably the case that modularity is not like an all or none thing. It's not like a system is modular completely or not, right? But uh, it's probably the case that the mind or parts of the mind show some degree of modularity. Okay, so that's it. Uh, and yeah, thanks.